This is where we tell someone, well, you're not disciplined. And they have a trigger food. Let's say it's a cookie. And we rule it out. Absolutely no cookies. Now think about this. This cookie elevates serotonin, makes them feel better, gives them instant pleasure. No pain is the only thing in their life that doesn't judge them, criticize them, that won't leave them, won't abandon them. They can have it at any time that there's a store available or they open their cupboards. And this is where they get emotional protection and comfort from in a life where they're uncertain about their job, they're uncertain about the economy, they're uncertain about whether or not their spouse is going to be with them, they can't control their weight. We take that away, and they do well, because that's on a Monday, and you see them Wednesday, they're doing really fine. Until somebody brings the cookies into the office. And what do people do the second you tell them that you're going to take steps to be disciplined and you're going to do something like go on a diet or an exercise program? They screw with you because it's fun. Okay, Bobby, well, we'll just put these piping hot, delicious cookies on your desk because we know we can trust you. And everything inside of them is just, eat the cookie, eat the cookie. But they use discipline, their frontal lobes, to restrain their behavior, and they do a good job. But that costs something, doesn't it? The currency of the brain is glucose. And then later on, during lunch, they go out to eat, and what does the waitress bring over for dessert? Oh, some more biscuits. And they use all of their willpower, but they don't eat it. And then as they're coming home from work, they walk by a bake shop, and all they smell is the chocolate chip cookies. And now they're starting to hallucinate. They're hearing voices in their head. The cookie talks to them.
Eat me. You want me.
That's a bit horrifying. And then they go home after running out of glucose, and their little daughter is doing a bake sale at school, and she opens up a box of chocolate chip cookies, and the crap that goes down right then and there in the house traumatizes her for life. Why? Because the part of their brain that they need in order to be disciplined is no longer working. But just as inside our brain our emotions can be our enemy, there are certain things that can be our best friend as well. Cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is simply the mental dichotomy and the ensuing emotional duress that occurs from having two opposing viewpoints in mind. People are driven and become very uncomfortable, even experience intense pain. If you take a look at the anterior cingulate cortex, the emotional state of cognitive dissonance hurts as bad as actual physical pain, as does rejection. So hurt feelings really do hurt, according to researcher Antonio Damasio. Whenever we fail to be consistent with what we said, have done and believed in the past, with what we say, do, and believe in the present. So that's why invalidation of someone's beliefs becomes really damaging to our relationship. Think about engaging people on the floor. I was told you want to walk up to as many people as you possibly can, and you want to be very polite and very professional when you see them. Well, that's very good advice. No, I'd rather be impolite and unprofessional. How much did I pay for that? And I remember this was about the same time where I learned you couldn't spot reduce. Or so I thought back then. That was a little bit more evidence. It's a bit iffy. But I was so determined to stop people from spot reduction, that became my mantra. So I went out onto the floor and I was going to work with everyone. So I would see Mrs. Jones and she'd be across the fitness floor and she'd be on the inner outer thigh machine. I'd be like, what is this crap? So I'd march directly over to her and I'd be very polite and very professional and I'd say something like, excuse me, Mrs. Jones, how did you know my name? No time for that. Anyway. What's your goal? She's like, well, I'm looking to tighten and get rid of fat. And I would say something brilliant. Mrs. Jones, that's spot reduction. She didn't know what spot reduction was. That's when you spray something on your dog and he disappears.